What's up, lovers of whiskey and watchers of YouTube? I am the Malt activist, and today I have with me a whiskey that I have actually been waiting for a long time to get my hands on, and now that I have, I'm out here with a brand new video. That's right, I am talking about the Ardbeg 8 for discussion. For those of you who know me, you know that I'm a self-confessed Ardbeg fanboy, and I make no excuses. It is what it is. So, which means that every time they release a new bottle, it means that I really have to get my hands on it. Otherwise, I feel like there's an empty part inside me, and that needs to be filled, that void. And so this month's void was the Ardbeg 8 for discussion, which luckily I was able to fill. As you can see, it fits perfectly. That's right. That's the empty missing piece of jigsaw in my soul that I've managed to. Okay, that was really melodramatic. It's just whiskey. But no, so interesting. So what I really like now is that Ardbeg is coming out with these age statements, right? Few other distilleries are doing this, and they're certainly not doing it as consistently. So, you have the 5 Wee Beastie, you have the 8 for discussion, the 19, the Trevon is now part of the core range. They launched the 21 a couple of years ago. There's a 25 in the market now as well. So they're really focusing in on the age statements. I think they're listening to the consumer and saying, hey guys, I know you're looking for age statement whiskeys, and so here it is. And they're proudly putting the age up on the bottles as well, right? So the Wee Beastie is proudly 5 years old. This one is a proud 8-year-old. Then you have the 10, then you have the 19, and so on and so forth. So they're doing that, and I appreciate that. And what's even better is that they're doing rather well in terms of the quality of the spirit that's coming out. And the more I taste them, right? I think the last Ardbeg I tasted was a Scorch. And the more I taste them, the more I feel that there's some shift. There's some shift in production or quality that is paying homage to old school Ardbegs. I'm not sure what it is. I can't put my finger on it, but there seems certainly to be a shift. I don't know if this is a deliberate shift or something has happened, because the whiskeys that I'm tasting now coming out of Ardbeg are beginning to sort of compare to some of the old school whiskeys that I've had the pleasure of drinking from Ardbeg, and I think that's a welcome a change in the overall distillery's grand scheme of things. So I'm very happy about that. Which brings us to this 8-year-old. It's strictly for discussion, one per customer. Managed to get myself just one, obviously, and now let's see what the fuss is all about. So what do we know? We know this is 8 years old. It's bottled at 50.8% ABV. It is non-chill filtered, and obviously it is not colored. Imagine if this was colored and it looked like this. So not colored, non-chill filtered, 50.8% ABV, which is kind of like a weird ABV, because it doesn't say that it's cask strength. Nowhere on the bottle does it say that it's cask strength, for sure. So does that mean that this whiskey was blended to 50.8%? I don't know the science behind it. In the meantime, what else do we know? Matured in ex-sherry casks. So an 8-year-old matured at ex-sherry casks. I'm thinking this is a blend of second and third fill sherry casks, because there's no way there's any first fill in here. I don't think so anyway. If you know more than I do, please let me know. But I would really be surprised if there was any first fill sherry in here. I'm thinking, second, third fill, more third than second, like a 60-40, 70-30, third fill to second fill ratio. But that's just me trying to make intelligent guesses. I mean, I use the word intelligent extremely loosely here. So, what do we have? Quite a classic Ardbeg nose. Very tarry, very sooty, very briny, a lot of charcoal. But there's a sweetness to it as well, and it's a typical pineapple citrus sweetness. Toffee, butterscotch, quite sort of standard Ardbeg flavors, but then there's a sort of, green notes to it as well. Something minty, or fennel, celery, and then it becomes sweet again with a hint of milk chocolate. So I think it's a fairly typical Ardbeg nose. The spirit comes through nicely. You can tell from a mile away that this is an Ardbeg. This is a good solid Ardbeg at that. I like the fact that the sweetness and the saltiness and the the sweetness, the char, and the saltiness, they work really well together on the nose. It's quite balanced in that sense. Quite perfumey. And again, I'm not 100% sure about this ABV. 50.8 is a weird ABV to leave it at. It doesn't say it's cask strength, which makes me think that it's been watered down to this. Weird. But we will accept it for what it is until we know anything more. So, like I said, as far as the nose goes, I like it. It's a fairly typical Ardbeg, and there's nothing wrong with it being a typical Ardbeg. Chin chin. Whew. Wow. Good. Excellent. The first time I drank this, I remember thinking, whoa, that's huge. That's big. That finish was massive. And the flavors, they really coat your palate and they explode everywhere. And for a somewhat, for me, 50% is a somewhat low strength whiskey. It does pack a massive punch. I would expect, whiskeys in their mid 50s, like a 54, 55%, to give me this sort of reaction. But at 50.8%, it's still doing that. Quite peppery. Again, that toffee and butterscotch is there as well. But the signature flavors are the char, the charcoal, toasted kippers on grill with a lot of lemon lime citrus. Yeah, that's really what it is. Yeah, maybe some bacon in here as well. So yeah, again, very typical Ardbeg nose, which, like I said, there's nothing wrong with. And I think at a price point of £57, that's a great deal. Really, perfectly drinkable. Nothing wrong with it. Is it absolutely, smash you in the face spectacular? No. But it's not supposed to be either, right? It's an 8-year-old. It's got a fairly middle of the road sort of maturation, second, third field sherry, I'm thinking, because it just says, matured in ex-sherry casks. But second, third field sherry is my guess. And they've managed to produce a very decent whiskey, which at a very decent price point as well. So, nothing wrong with that. While I was doing my research for this whiskey, it's now, available at different online stores for like twice the price for no reason at all. Why would you do that when you can easily go to the distillery shop online and buy it for £57? I mean, come on, that's so stupid. So an 8-year-old Ardbeg at a decent ABV and at a very decent price point, I think. I don't think there's a lot going wrong with this. If you're a fan of the Ardbeg flavor profile, then this is definitely right up your alley, and I like it. I think this is a job well done. So good stuff, Ardbeg. And the good thing is, it is sparking discussion, because I was sitting with my whiskey club the other day, and we had this whiskey and we sat and discussed it, and that's what it's for. It's for discussions. So whoever gets their hand on this, please open it up, invite 4 or 5 of your friends, and discuss discuss this whiskey, because that's what it's for. It's for discussion. And I'm happy to have had this in good company, and happy to have had the discussions that followed. So there you have it. There you have it. Thank you. Thank you for joining me for this whiskey review. I'm the Malt Activist. Until next time. Peace.